ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिसे नमः। राधा कृष्ण प्रणय विकृति लादिनी शक्ति अस्मात् एकात्मनावपि भुवि पुरा देहवेदं गतवतो चैतन्याख्यं प्रकटमधुना तद्वयं चैकमात्रम् राधा भावद्योतिसुगलितं नौमि कृष्ण स्वरूपम्। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौरभक्तवृंद। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौरभक्तवृंद। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौरभक्तवृंद। कृष्ण लीलामृत सार शत शत धार दस दीग बहे जहाते से चैतन्य लीला सरोवराख्याय मनाहं सचराते। Hare Krishna. Welcome, dear devotees. So we are in Adi Lila, chapter 4, discussing the confidential reasons for the Lord's appearance. So last time we were discussing Prema Rasa Nirjas Karitya Aswadan, Raga Marga Bhakti Loke Karitya Pracharan. So Lord, he descends to this world because of these two reasons. Because Lord wanted to taste the sweet essence of the mellow of love of God. Prema Rasa Nirjas Karitya Aswadan and Raga Marga Bhakti Loke Karitya Pracharan. Also he wanted to promulgate the devotional service in the world on the platform of Raga Marga, spontaneous attraction. So this first part Prema Rasa Nirjas Karita Swadan. We have seen that description from text number 17, which is started Aishwarya Gyante Sarva Jagata Misrita. Whole world is engaged in serving Krishna in reverence until text number 32, which says, I shall test the essence of all these rasas, and in this way I shall favor all the devotees. So he will test and then he will favor the devotees. That means that starts with Raga Marga Bhakti Loka Kaita Prachara up till 35. That means this desire to taste the essence of the mellow of love of God. How he can taste this taste of mellow of love of God is done by two parties. Who are they? That is, one who is Vishaya Prema, Vishaya, and Prema Ashraya. So this we're going to discuss afterwards today. So in text number 36, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he continues this confidential reason for Lord's appearance. He says, Eivancha Jaishe Krishna Prakatyakaram Asura Sangharo Amusanga Prayoja Eimato Chaitanya Krishna Purna Bhagavan Jugadharma Pravartanahe Taraka Eivancha Jaishe Krishna. So that is, we have seen Krishna is thinking he has come for just this desires, this just as these desires are the fundamental reasons for Krishna's appearance, whereas destroying the demons is only an incidental necessity. So for Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, promulgating the Yuga Dharma of the age is incidental. That is not the prime purpose why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has descended to this world. So this Prema Rasa Nirjas Karita Aswada on Krishna has tasted the mellow, the essence of the mellow of love in Vrindavan pastime. But how did he taste? Is Vishaya Vigraha. Krishna was the object of love for everybody. So in that way, this Prema Rasa Nirjas Aswadan was also experienced by Krishna in Brajalila. And we have seen that verse from 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Anugraha Bhaktana Manusantanumasrita. So at that time, Krishna, he experienced the love of the gopis as Vishaya Vigraha. For Radharani and other gopis, Krishna was the object of love. So in this world, we have seen like mother, she loves her child, right? So mother is the Asya Vigraha of parental rasa, Vasalya rasa. And the child is the object of Vasalya rasa. So child experiences the loving reciprocation of his mother. Simultaneously, mother, by serving the child, by following the mood of Vatsalya, also relishes the relationship. Right? Same thing can also be understood in the transcendental realm, that when a particular devotee serves Krishna by taking shelter of a particular rasa, that be Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, or Madhur, we are not talking about Santa because Santa Ras, they go to Vaikuntha. Here we are talking about Bloga Vrindavan, Krishna. So when they, by taking shelter of a particular rasa, they are engaged in serving Krishna, Krishna experiences, he tastes the essence of the mellow of love. And so that is what is been said. And when Krishna came, he actually experienced that love. But Asur Sanghar Anu Sangha Prayojan. The incidental necessity for Krishna's appearance was killing of the demons. Actually, Krishna does not have to come to kill the demons. Or when Krishna came, Vishnu Rupe Krishna Karen Asura Sankhara. That means when Krishna descended, who is the avatari, all other incarnations came along with Krishna. So the release Krishna experienced in killing demon, that was done because Vishnu, who was performing that act of killing demon, was within the body of Krishna. So that was his incidental necessity. Similarly, Eimata, just like Krishna, for Krishna, he experienced the mellow of killing a demon, which was an incidental reason. Similarly, Eimata Chaitanya Krishna Purna Bhagavan. Just like Krishna is Purna Bhagavan, similarly, Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is Purna Bhagavan. Just like when Krishna descends, all other incarnations are sub-avatar, tate asi mile. Means all other incarnations, they also unite in Krishna and they descend simultaneously. Similarly, when Chaitanya Krishna, he appeared because he is Purna Bhagavan, so all other incarnations, they also appeared in his body. So therefore it is said, Juga Dharma Pravartan Nahe Tarakam. Promulgating the Juga Dharma, Rinam Sankirtan, is not his work. That is not the duty of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why it is said, promulgating the Dharma of the age is incidental. Just like killing of the demon was an incidental reason for Krishna. Similarly, promulgating the Yuga Dharma was incidental reason for Lord Chaitanya's appearance, we can say. So, that is not the main cause. Therefore, he said, Kona karane jabe hoilo avatare man Juga dharma kala hoilo se kale milan. See? When the Lord desired to appear for another reason, the time for promulgating the religion of the age also arose. This is very important thing, that when there was the time for promulgating the Yuga Dharma. So that time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also preached the Yuga Dharma. So just like in previous verse, we were discussing that Yuga Dharma Pravartan Nahe Tarka. If promulgating Yuga Dharma is not the work of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then why did he do that? So therefore, that answer has been given in text number 38, that the time for promulgating Yuga Dharma arose when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu desired to descend for other reason. That other reason is described afterwards. We will see in this chapter that 3 reasons, right, for which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. So when he came for the other reasons, at that time, that was the time for the propagation of Yuga Dharma. Hence, see, Vishnu did not incarnate separately, but he appeared in the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and promulgated the Yuga Dharma. As spreading of Yuga Dharma were done while in the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, hence it is said that it was the work of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay? So, then continues. Dui hetu avatari laya bhaktavan apane aswade prema nama sankirtan. Thus, with 2 intentions, the Lord appeared with his devotees and tasted the nectar of prema with the congregational chanting of the holy name. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended along with his devotees, associates, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu jive daya kari so parsada siyadham saha avatari. So he appeared along with his devotees. What? Prema nama sankirtan. Aswade, apanye aswade prema nama sankirtan. He tested the love of Godhead and also he tested prema sankirtan, nama sankirtan. Prema sankirtan and nama sankirtan, both. So, this is how he actually came as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, as I was saying, in Brajalila, the mellow of love is tested by the object of love, who is that? That is Krishna, who is Ashraya Vigraha. Sorry, who is Vishaya Vigraha. But that means the love was tested from the position of God. Krishna is God who is served by his devotees in Vrindavan. So he tested from the position of God. But in Vrindavan pastime, Krishna did not test the love from the position of a devotee. This is very important. So that means there is something lacking. Srimati Radharani, who is the topmost devotee, who serves Krishna, she is the shelter of prema, Ashraya Vigraha, and Krishna is Vishaya Vigraha. So Krishna understood, Krishna tested the love from the position of God, but he did not test the love of his devotees from the position of a devotee. So now Krishna is coming to test the love from the position of a devotee. Seidvare achandale kirtana sanchare nama prema malagathi paraila samsare. Thus, he spread kirtana even among the untouchables. He wove a wreath of the holy name and prema, with which he garlanded the entire material world. It's a very important verse actually. Sei dware achandale kirtana sanchare. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he also released spreading the holy name Sankirtan. And how did he do? He released and also he helped others to release. You see, Namo Prema Malagathi Poraila Samsare. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to go in the street of Navadvip, we have seen in the past time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would go along with his devotees, associates, and perform chanting of the holy name. One devotee, he writes in a Bengali song, very nicely he has described, Kego tumi kangal vese Desh videshe gure beda Ati bada vyathar bethi Tai nayan jale bakha bhasa Kego tumi kangal vese Desh videshe gure beda. The devotee is praying, he is saying that, my dear Lord Chaitanya, you go and move around this state and in other states. Here, Desh Videsh means in different parts of the world. And when you chant this holy name of the Lord, tears roll down from your eyes and it is dropping in your chest. The cloth in your chest is dented because of the tears falling from your eyes. And then, like here in this verse, it is said that Achandale Kirtan Sanchare, he actually made the Chandalas even to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That's what the devotee says. Achandale Prem Bilale Tritap Jala Judaile Maya Mugdha Jiver Bhava Khyudha Chiratare Mitieda Desh Videshe Ghure Veda. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, just by chanting this holy name of the Lord, he sing Achandale Prem Bilale. He was able to give the love of God even to the untouchables. This is a very significant point we need to take a note on. This is how we can see the difference between hearing from the Lord or pure souls than from the impure souls. Here impure souls means those who have a lot of material desires, who are hunting for self-recognition, fame and adorations, lava puja pratishta, and still they are trying to spread this message. It will not be very much realizable by other people. Even if you see Chanda, who are the dog eaters, the most degraded people in the world. If a dog eater can gain the taste of holy name, then what to speak of others? Everybody can get, anybody can get. And how could the dog eater get the taste? Because it was coming from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Supreme Lord, the Supreme Pure Entity. So similarly, when the sadhakas, the devotees, they go on spreading this holy name, the real nectarian taste of chanting the holy name of the Lord will be tested by the devotees to the degree devotee who is singing or preaching pure. Means if we follow the Krishna conscious principles properly, when we speak, the very word will enter into heart of listeners. On the other hand, if there is lack of purity, and we are just, for the lip service, we just preach, or we don't follow the principles, or even we say depend on Krishna, but I'm not dependent on Krishna. I say follow Vaishnava etiquette, respect the senior Vaishnavas, and I myself don't respect the senior Vaishnavas. That means whatever I say in terms of preaching, it will not be very much appealing to the devotees. Therefore, here you can see Achandale Prem Bilale Tritab Jala Judaile. Just by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanting the holy name of the Lord was able to conquer the heart of the Chandala Devi. And just by hearing this chanting of the holy name from the lips of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were able to become free from the afflictions of the threefold miseries of this world. Therefore it says, Maya Mugdha Jiver Bhavak Shudha Chiratare Mitiyeta. That was the power of chanting the holy name of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We may go on preaching or chanting for many, many years, but still people are hanging on to their material desires. Right? But here, just by upon hearing once, the love for chanting the holy name arose even in a chanda. Therefore, it says, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu realized it. See, same thing, a devotee in a pure consciousness, when he teaches the message of Godhead, he releases. And others also release. But the release of other devotees will depend on the purity of the sadhaka, the preacher. Therefore, achar prachar name karo vikari. What we preach, we have to follow. So here it says, Seidware achandale kirtana sanchare nama prema malagathi paraila samsare ei mato bhakta bhava kariyangika apane achari bhakti karila prachar. In this way, assuming the sentiment of a devotee, he preached devotional service while practicing it himself. See, this is the essence. When we practice, then whatever we say, it will be meaningful. Srila Prabhupada has given a very beautiful purport. Let us hear from Prabhupada. When Rupa Goswami met Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Prayag, Allahabad, he offered his respectful obeisances by submitting that Lord Chaitanya was more magnanimous than any other avatar of Krishna because he was distributing love of Krishna. That's why he said, Namo Mahabadanya. He is the most magnanimous personality because he was distributing love of Krishna. His mission was to enhance love of Godhead. In the human form of life, the highest achievement is to attain the platform of love of Godhead. Lord Chaitanya did not invent a system of religion as people sometimes assume. Religious systems are meant to show the existence of God.
Don't താഴെ
Is then
അതും താഴെ
approached as the cosmic order supply. But Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's transcendental mission is to distribute love of Godhead to everyone. Anyone who accepts God as the Supreme can take to the process of chanting Hare Krishna and become a lover of God. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya is the most magnanimous. This munificent broadcasting of devotional service is possible only for Krishna himself. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya is Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has taught the philosophy of surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who has surrendered to the Supreme can make further progress by learning to love Him. Therefore, the Krishna consciousness movement propagated by Lord Chaitanya is especially meant for those who are cognizant of the presence of the Supreme Godhead, the ultimate controller of everything. His mission is to teach people how to dovetail themselves into engagements of transcendental loving service. He is Krishna teaching his own service from the position of a devotee. The Lord's acceptance of the role of a devotee in the eternal form of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is another of the Lord's wonderful features. A conditioned soul cannot reach the absolute personality of Godhead by his imperfect endeavor, and therefore it is wonderful that Lord Sri Krishna, in the form of Lord Gauranga, has made it easy for everyone to approach him. Swarupa Damodar Goswami has described Lord Chaitanya as Krishna himself with the attitude of Radharani, or a combination of Radha and Krishna. The intention of Lord Chaitanya is to taste Krishna's sweetness in transcendental love. He does not care to think of himself as Krishna because he wants the position of Radharani. We should remember this. A class of so-called devotees called the Nadia Nagaris or Gaura Nagaris pretend that they have this sentiment of gopis toward Lord Chaitanya, but they do not realize that he placed himself not as the enjoyer, Krishna, but as the enjoyed. The devotee of Krishna, the concoctions of unauthorized persons pretending to be bona fide have not been accepted by Lord Chaitanya. Presentations such as those of the Gauranagaris are only disturbances to the sincere execution of the mission of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is undoubtedly Krishna himself, and he is always non-different from Srimati Radharani. But the emotion technically called Vipralambhava, which the Lord adopted for confidential reasons, should not be disturbed in the name of service. A mundaner should not unnecessarily intrude into affairs of transcendence and thereby displease the Lord. One must always be on guard against this sort of devotional anomaly. A devotee is not meant to create disturbance to Krishna. As Srila Rupa Goswami has explained, devotional service is anukulyena or favorable to Krishna. Acting unfavorably towards Krishna is not devotion. Kamsa was the enemy of Krishna. He always thought of Krishna, but he thought of him as an enemy. One should always avoid such unfavorable so-called service. Lord Chaitanya has accepted the role of Radharani, and we should support that position, as Swarup Damodar did in the Gambhira, the room where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in Puri. He always reminded Lord Chaitanya of Radha's feelings of separation as they are described in Srimad Bhagavatam. And Lord Chaitanya appreciated his assistance. But the Gauranagaris, who place Lord Chaitanya in the position of enjoyer and themselves as his enjoyed, are not approved by Lord Chaitanya or by Lord Chaitanya's followers. Instead of being blessed, the foolish imitators are left completely apart. Their concoctions are against the principles of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The doctrine of transcendental enjoyment by Krishna cannot be mixed up with the doctrine of transcendental feeling of separation from Krishna in the rule of Radharani. It's a very important thing that when Krishna has come in the mood of Srimati Radharani, this time the mood is to become the Ashraya Vigraha, to test the love. So when we put him in the position of Vishaya Vigraha position, that means it is hampering his taste of the love of God. Therefore, we should not do that. And how it is happening? Dasya Sakya Vatsalya Raje Singar Sari Prema Chaturvidha Bhaktai Adhar. Four kinds of devotees are the receptacles of the four kinds of mellows in love of God, namely servitude, friendship, parental affection, and conjugal. So these devotees in the mood of servitude, friendship, parental, and conjugal love, they act as the containers. That's why devotees are the Ashraya Vigraha of these ratis, these rasas. Just like in Dasyabha, Raktak, Patrak, they are the receptacles. Then Sakya Bhav, who are the receptacles? Siddham, Sudam, Dam, Vasudam, Subal, these sakhas. And Nanda, Yasuda, etc., they are the receptacles of Vatsalya. Srimati Radharani and others, gopis, they are the receptacles for conjugal love. So in that way, these devotees, they are the receptacles. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come assuming the mood of the highest devotee, Srimati Radharani, to test the conjugal love. Conjugal love means the lover and beloved, they each other, they are inclined to come closer to each other, to serve each other. So, in that way, निज निज भाव सबे श्रेष्ठ करी माने निज भावे करे कृष्ण सुख आस्वादने तटस्थ हइया मने विचार यदि करी सवरस हईते सिंगारे अधिक माधुरी निज निज भाव सबे श्रेष्ठ करी माने. So these four kinds of devotees who are the receptacles of the four types of rasa, servitude, friendship, parental and conjugal love. So nija nija bhava sarva sreshta parima. All these devotees, when they are engaged in serving Krishna by following the particular mood, they consider that is the highest relish for them. That means a devotee who is in the mood of servitude, he considers that is the topmost. Similarly, one who is in the mood of friendship or parental affection, even conjugal affection, they consider their rasa is the highest. Each kind of devotee feels that his sentiment is the most excellent. That means Krishna actually reciprocates with them accordingly to make them feel that their experience of love is topmost for them. And thus, in that mood, he tastes great happiness with Lord Krishna. Tatastha hiya mane vichar jadi kari. But if we compare the sentiments in an impartial mode, savarasa haite singare adhika madhuri, we find that the conjugal sentiment is superior to all others in sweetness. So, even though there are four sentiments for rasas, rati you can also say, dasya, sakhya, vatsalya and madhura rati. These ratis are accepted by different devotees to serve Krishna for his pleasure. But the conjugal sentiment, conjugal rati, is superior to all others in sweetness. Okay? And to understand this, okay, Prabhupada is giving a small purport. No one is higher or lower than anyone else in transcendental relationships with the Lord. For in the absolute realm, everything is equal. But although these relationships are absolute, there are also transcendental differences between them. Thus, the transcendental relationship of conjugal love is considered the highest perfection. So, to explain this, or sometimes some devotees may also have the question that at what stage this attraction for this rati manifests in somebody, in sadhaka, or who is qualified for which rati? Is that all ratis are present in everyone? So all these questions are answered by Srila Jiva Goswami while commenting to the verse taken from Nectar of Devotion. So that text number 45. Jathottaram asau swada visheshollasa mai api ratir vasanaya swadvi bhasate kapi kasyachit. So these 5 types of rati progressively become more blissful. Jathottaram. So uttarattara. So one after another, just like dasya. Sakhya is higher than dasya. Vatsalya is higher than sakhya. Madhura rasa is higher than even vatsalya rasa. So progressively become more blissful. Increasing love is experienced in various tests. Dasya, to higher rasa, then Sakhya, then Vatsalya, Madhur, like that, progressively. Okay? One above another. But that love which has the highest taste in the gradual succession of desire manifests itself in the form of conjugal love. So, as I say, sometimes we have these doubts that at what stage it becomes manifest or who is qualified for which sentiment. Srila Jiva Goswami, he has given very nice analysis. He says, after the 5 types of rati have been described, a doubt arises. Should all these types be considered equal or successively superior? If they are equal, then all the ratis should have the same inclination. If they are successively superior, what is the cause for differing inclinations in people for different ratis? This verse answers, increasing from first to last. So, how he explains? He says, is it decided by no impression? I mean, what he's saying is, for example, this time a devotee, he is inclined to serve Krishna being connected with particular rasa. How does it happen? He's saying, is it so that the taste is coming from the previous impressions? Means last time he had been serving Krishna by following, or he had developed a taste to serve Krishna by following particular rasa. Is it so that that same rati, same rasa is inducing him to serve him this time, this lifetime? Or he is saying that by having an impression of one type of rati from previous lives, or by having impressions of many types of rati. So here the question is whether he has the impression from previous life or not. First of all, if he does not have, then he will not have attraction. Now, if he has, whether he has attraction for one rati or all 5. So here, an example have been given by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, just like there are various tests like sweet taste, sour taste, or even bitter taste, salty taste, like different people have inclination to have food of different tastes. How do they have the inclination? Because previously they have tested it. First of all, a baby, in the beginning, he does not know which taste he likes. When mother serves maybe sweet item, one baby likes sweet item. Another baby likes salty item. Another baby likes sour item. This is for the individual, right? The taste lies with the individuals. Now, they have tested this rasa, and the next time when mother is serving, the baby who is inclined to taste the sweet rasa, sweetness, he will ask him that food only, more and more. Because that is previously he has tested it. So now the question can be asked that we, the sadhakas, how can we gain these impressions? Do we have from the previous life's experience? Or from in this life? In this life, Jiva Swarupa Nitya Krishna Das. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains, in this life also, the person has that taste alone and not others by the mercy of a great devotee with a similar taste. That means when we associate with the devotees, the sadhakas, who are in the similar rasa, we can also gain the rasa. And then once we get the taste to serve the Lord in a particular mode, then even if we don't get perfection in this lifetime, the taste will still remain and it will carry forward to the next life. Because of the previous life impression, the devotee will continue to serve Krishna, being inclined to that particular rati which is coming to him from his previous experience. That's why it says, Ratir Vasanaya Swabjim Bhasate Kapi Kasyachit. See, in the Sanskrit of this is very clearly Rupa Goswami is writing. Ratir Vasanaya. Here Vasanaya means the previous impressions, experiences, or that experience initially generated by the association of a great devotee who is having attachment to that particular taste, rasa. That's why I say Ratir Vasanaya Swadvi Bhasate. The taste will appear in the sadhaka because of his past experience. In song. Not that everybody is having attachment to all the rasas. That's why we see there are different types of devotees in Vrindavan, right? Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhurya. So I think we will conclude our class here today. Today I have to conclude it early. So maybe let us take a few questions and then if there is any question or comment.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Govinda Dev Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, am I audible, Prabhuji?
Hari Bol?
Am I audible, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes.
Prabhuji, actually, as you said, that a devotee is fixed in a particular rasa according to the mercy given by the devotee. That means, it may be spiritual master.
Yes.
But Prabhuji, there are many devotees from one spiritual master and they are fixed in different rasas. How can we understand that?
I didn't understand.
As you said, that a devotee is fixed in a particular rasa, being blessed by a devotee of the Lord. That means for an initiated devotee, the spiritual master must be the devotee for his spiritual development. But as we are seeing that there are different devotees from one spiritual master and they are fixed in different rasas. So,
Right? Can you give some example?
Yeah, that's the point.
suppose my spiritual master, there are many devotees, they are fixed in one dasya. I have seen Sakya, Vatshalya.
No. You reflect on this, then you will understand.
I will.
No. What you are saying is we have to. I don't want to discuss this thing here.
Yeah.
Sarathi Prabhu.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhuji, you can say.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, it was you mentioned, Prabhuji, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared to give love for Krishna, even to the Chandalas. And in that same sequence, it was also mentioned that if someone has desire for Pujala Pratishtha, then for him, will it be difficult or what? Means how he will be delivered? Means
What?
how he will get love for Krishna?
No. I was saying that one who is a preacher of this holy name, if he is preaching with a desire of lava puja pratishtha, he will not be able to release, neither the devotee who is listening to him will release. Because these are pure subjects. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is supremely pure. And when he is speaking, it is obviously appealing to a Chandala. Sometimes we preach, but it is not very much released by other devotees. Why? Because we are impure. That is what I was trying to make a point here, that when in impure consciousness, or in being impure, if our sadhana practice is not up to the standard, sometimes we give just lip service. Because we want to make a show of how great devotee I am. Everybody wants to preach, everybody wants to talk. What happens is that time, first of all, because I am not following the principles properly, I am not following the Vaishnava way of life as it is given in this Vaishnava literature, then whatever I am saying, it is not very useful. It will not be very powerful actually. Therefore, Asar Prachar. The next verse is he says, what did he say? Next verse it is said that Apani Achari Bhakti Karila Prachar. By following himself, he preached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because he is coming in Moda category. That is what I was trying to explain. You understood?
Thank you, Prabhu.
Very well. Okay, looks like there is no other question today. Thank you. So we'll conclude our class here today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaiva Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.